Ready? Yeah.
Hello everybody, this is Jacob from Jacob's Station. As you can probably tell from the title and the thumbnail, we decided to visit Seavey's Ididaride Dogsled toys located in Seward, Alaska. If you didn't already know, Seward is approximately 2 hours south of Anchorage, Alaska. Here's a map showing where Seward is located relative to Anchorage. As you can see from the intro of this video, the highlight of the tour is being able to take a dog sled ride through a trail in the woods in Seward, Alaska. But before we do that, our tour guide walks us through a wooded trail that leads us to the dog kennel. And here's where all the dogs are housed. What's cool about this particular kennel is knowing the dogs are chained and are free to roam around their fenced-off areas. You may also notice the tour carts are tucked away, but more on that later. And for those who aren't familiar with what the Ididaride is, the tour guide gives a brief overview.
Up in Nome, and the only serum was over here in Seward. So they took a train as far as they could until the train tracks were under the snow, and then they used dog sleds to go the rest of the way. The trail from Nome to Ididaride was already there because there was gold up in Nome at one point. So they used dogs to come all the way down to Ididaride, and then from Ididaride they could take the train back to Seward and ship it out to wherever they wanted. The start of the Ididaride, the ceremonial start is in Anchorage. So that's where all the people are. You say hi, you wave. Then you take all your dogs up to the Willow Wasilla area, and that's where the race officially starts for time. There's two routes, northern and southern. You can flip-flop years when you take them. It also helps because if one doesn't have enough snow, you can take the other one. It's 1,049 miles. The record is 8 days, 3 hours, 40 minutes, and 13 seconds. On average, it's about 9 to 10. But this last year's Ididaride was a little different because of COVID. So all of these places from Ididaride allowed it, but here on they didn't allow people because you have a village of 100 people. You get 1,000 people that come in for the Ididaride, you're more likely to get a disease. So we started in Willow, we went up to Ididaride, and then we turned back around. So it was about 800 miles instead. We're gonna go ahead and go. That's a good question. I think we're actually gonna play with puppies first. We might do that first right now. So we'll go ahead, head on over this way. We got 7 puppies for you guys to play with.
So I don't know if you just heard that, but after the overview was over, we got to hold, pet, and play with some Alaskan Husky puppies. The white dog you see here is the mom. She goes by the name Jenna. What's cool is she knew we were coming and actually came to greet us and walk us toward her pups. Here's the puppies. There's 7 of them in total.
So you guys are gonna stay out here, but we can go.
And here's my sister Allie and my dad holding puppies. By the way, shameless plug, but Allie also has a YouTube channel called Allie's World. So go check it out, as there will be some footage of other Alaskan adventures on her channel as well.
And then depending on the puppy, might wiggle around a little bit. Give you some kisses.
Oh, God, so cool.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, that's a puppy. So how old are these puppies?
They turned a month old yesterday.
A month, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they look a little different. Do this arm, and then you're gonna hold them close to your body so you feel safe.
You want me to help him? You wanna?
great. Nice job.
Good job.
You're doing it.
Okay.
She's not the best mom.
Why
She
is that?
jumps out. She leaves all our puppies. As you guys saw, she was running freely. She doesn't like to feed them that much. So the reason she's hiding in there is because they were trying to get some food from her and she said no. So she's not giving them food and leaving them.
I see. Okay.
Is this her first litter?
No, she's had a couple.
She had a couple?
So your first litter is going to be one puppy, and your last litter will be one puppy. So that's kind of nature's way of telling you that they're done.
Oh, interesting.
It really just depends on the dogs. So sometimes we'll adopt them out so they can live family lives. Sometimes they'll stay here with us and they'll just be house
She
pets.
really doesn't want to feed him.
No.
Oh.
And then, yeah, oh, they're really good at untying shoes.
Hey, there we go. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I
4.
bet you I could get all 7 if I tried.
Oh, really? Oh, now that I want to see.
I want to see this.
Okay, good.
Here, go up a little bit.
On top of, yeah. There you go. Oh.
All fun games till they drop.
Okay, can you fit?
Here, put them right on this. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So this dog's name is Fez. Apparently he's on the A team and will be racing in the next Ididaride. So wish him luck. What our tour guide is doing here is showing us how the dogs are dressed up when on an actual race. He also dressed up one of the tourists to demonstrate what a musher would wear. And this is what the complete setup would look like.
You guys ever done anything like this before?
Negative.
Here's our tour guide that will be taking us on our dog sled tour through the woods. Okay, technically it's more of a cart and less of a sled. But let's not get hung up on semantics.
Come walk through this way.
Okay.
You'll have to hold that open.
I can do that.
And then, you guys, are you all one family? Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
This is the cart that we all loaded up on and rode through the wooded trail. Now it's time to just sit back and watch the dog team being assembled. Oh, from what we were told, this was the A team at this kennel.
dogs hooked up, and that's the same number of dogs that they'll allow you to use on the Ididaride.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
14.
Yeah.
14.
So it used to be 16 for the longest time, and a few years ago they cut it back to 14.
Oh. So are they
Some interesting facts. The breed of the dogs at this kennel is called Alaskan Huskies, which are bred for speed and endurance. Most folks may expect to see Siberian Huskies, which are bred primarily for their looks. At least that's what we were told. Some other things we learned is that the normal body temperature for these dogs are about 102 degrees Fahrenheit. That said, while the dogs did well towing us through the woods, they tend to perform the best when the outside temperature is between 0 and negative 20 degrees.
Would you like to check out?
Also, during the winter, while on a race, the dogs will eat snow while running, which helps regulate their body temperature.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we have the beautiful Box Creek here, Box Canyon, Resurrection Mountain here.
Okay. That's... So, in the winter, all is covered with snow.
You know, I've heard, I've never spent a winter up here,
That's right,
but
okay.
I've heard that they don't get that much snow here. And that's how Seward was formed. And that's
Okay.
where...
Go!
Yeah, there's some real superstars in the team in the kennel here, and it's just really cool to get to know all their personalities and
Yeah.
work with all the different dogs.
While in training, these dogs will burn anywhere between 10 to 15,000 calories per day. To put that into perspective, 15,000 calories is the equivalent of 26 Big Macs. Or better yet, that's 476 Chick-fil-A nuggets. That's a lot of food, y'all. Well, that pretty much wraps up our tour at Seavey's. To say this place was awesome would be an understatement. That said, if you find yourself in or planning a trip to Alaska, I highly, highly, highly recommend adding Seavey's to your list of things to do while in Alaska. You won't regret it. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you taking the journey with me. And as always, thanks for watching. Until next time.